It's refreshment time, folks.
I'm just gonna go watch a movie.
Do you like scary movies?
I don't watch movies.
I have to return some videotapes.
You have a TV?
No. I just like to read the TV guide. Read the TV guide. You don't need a TV.
Books, records, films, these things matter. Call me Shell. It's the fucking truth.
Over 1,600 titles, each for rent at just $2 the first night, and only
Finish him.
I don't watch TV.
Yeah, but you are aware that there's an invention called television, and on this invention they show shows, right?
It's a laser disc.
Okay, I want the channels 18, 24, 63, 109, 87, and the Weather Channel.
Welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast with your hosts, Justin and Alec.
Hello, and welcome to the Frog Brothers Podcast.
This is episode number 61, and you may notice a new background for us. We are at the Twister, the Movie Museum in Waukeeta, Oklahoma. A great local establishment celebrating all things Twister the movie. They were kind enough to give us some time here on the 25th anniversary celebration to do a little podcasting in this nice little room.
Oh, look, interference from the phone.
All right. So if you notice around, there's lots of cool stuff. So they have a great collection of storm chasers coming around through here. They all donate their shirts. That's pretty awesome. If you ever get a chance to come through here, I highly suggest it.
We will be donating a Frog Brothers Podcast shirt.
Probably the one that...
Literally the shirt off Nick's back.
Yes, exactly.
But I bought a nice Twister Museum t-shirt to put on instead.
I think one of the greatest things I've heard so far is how kind the production team was with the locals, how much stuff they donated and left behind. One of the Dorothys from film production was actually left here in town, and it's available to see down here on site.
Yes, that was pretty cool. We got some footage of that we will be showing you guys, as well as just a general little quick tour of the museum. Nothing spectacular. You guys should definitely check it out.
Obviously, we'll have more of the festivities going on throughout the day later on, but we're going to just do a little show in here, kind of talk about a few things that stand out. So besides what you can see up on the walls as far as the shirts go, there's a bunch of different memorabilia here in the cases, obviously. Lots of stuff, signatures, autographs.
Storyboards.
Storyboards, which is very cool. There's a lot of stuff that was left behind production used as far as call sheets, all those types of things. Anything that if you would want to know, you'd be interested in.
There's lots of interesting stuff. There's some what looks like the video store displays over here. There's some screen-use curtains, it looks like. A bunch of different interesting things if you just keep looking.
It's pretty excellent. So, Nick, you're not as big of a Twister fan as we are. So what is your impression coming into Waukeeta and seeing what things are like here?
As far as the museum?
Just being in Waukeeta in general, and including the museum, too.
Well, you see lots of sights from the film, including the giant water tower. This is outside behind us. It really stands out. Of course, Meg's house is no longer standing.
The other thing is there's a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. So you can see where the downtown area, they built it and made it look a lot larger than it really is just by doing like the facade, kind of extending those shots. It's pretty awesome to see all that and then see what the town's like now compared to then.
And they have posts scattered throughout the town with photos from what it
for
looked
all
like
the filming
back then.
locations are all kind of labeled, and they have some before photos, some after photos.
Yeah.
Aunt Meg's house is no longer there.
I think there's a
but
photo.
There's a great little garden and everything over there, and there's some photos showing like what the house looked like before film production updated it for the movie, and obviously.
Isn't there a photo in here showing the outside of this building with the
so you
broken down
can't see
car
it
in
behind
front of
us,
it?
but they've actually got Bill Paxton's pinball machine here in the museum, and then along the other wall back there, they have a great selection of photos of before and after, kind of on a great display table, so you can really get an idea of everything that was going on here. Really, kind of bringing the magic of the movies to small town life is pretty incredible because that's not something you normally get when you're in the world of film.
We need to watch Vertical Limit because I've never seen that, but I've read the book.
Nice.
Isn't that weird?
So, as a Twister fan, I come in here and I see they've got the Laserdisc, which I brought a copy of to get signed. They've got all the great books that I've purchased over the years. They've actually got 2 copies of the Michael Crichton script. And fun fact on that, if you see the Michael Crichton script and you read that script compared to the actual film itself, you're going to see a lot of different name changes and everything else like that. And then everything beyond that, they changed.
You want to come say hi? We're podcasting.
Yeah. Unmute me right there. We got a special guest here. Why don't you can use that mic, introduce yourself, and just tell us what
Hi, my name is April Warren, and I am the Twister Flashback Mom.
So the Twister Flashback Mom, what was it like shooting that scene?
It was wonderful, but it was dark. You really feel like you were experiencing a tornado because everything was a rubble. I have no sense of direction.
Okay.
And so people ask me, where was this scene? Where was this scene? I'm like, I can't tell you that because everything was destroyed. And when I
Right.
come back now, everything is all, it's
Yeah.
all fixed. Yeah.
I can imagine it looks wildly different, but somehow familiar.
So was there an audition process for that, or what did that look like for you here?
Well, a relative at the time said, "Are you going to go try out for this movie?" And I said, "What movie?" She said, "Well, it was in the newspaper, in the Ponca City newspaper." And I said, "I don't know what you're talking about. We don't get the paper." So she gave me the information. I wrote it down, and I kind of thought it was a scam.
Oh, yeah? I
You
bet.
know? So anyway, the day came, and I think it was raining, actually.
I'm sure. Just
And-
like today.
Just like today.
Yep.
And so my son, who's grown now, he comes to me and he says, "Mama, we can go do that thing, for that movie, and then we can go to McDonald's."
That's awesome. How old was he at the time?
About 9.
Okay.
And so that was the fine line that got me to get out and go do it. I said, "Okay,
There
we'll
you
go
go.
do that, and we'll go to McDonald's." And so I went in, and they had me fill out a paper, which is like weight, height, stuff like that, and a one-step Polaroid picture. If you can imagine.
Yep.
Yeah.
No audition. No audition. They did it from that.
Oh, strictly by
Mhm.
pictures and everything? That's awesome.
And then they called, and we went out. And we came here, and we just kind of walked around, and still nobody really knew what the decision was.
Yeah.
And we all went home, and then they called again, and I got to come back.
There you go.
Well, congratulations on being part of movie history.
Well, thank you so much. I'm
That's
glad you guys are here.
very exciting to meet somebody that's local and was able to be in the movie and
Yeah.
have that legacy to carry on and celebrate. And I'm glad to see that the town here is so proud of the movie.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I was actually born in California, so
Oh.
go figure, have to come to Oklahoma.
yeah,
do
come
a
to
movie.
Oklahoma to get in
You
the
got to get in
movies.
front of some cameras then,
So what you're saying, it was destiny for you to
It
be in
was
the movies,
destiny.
because
It
even
was
though you left
destiny.
California, you
Yeah.
still made the majors.
Yeah, and they say the earthquakes followed me, so I'm sorry.
It's okay. That's fracking, supposedly. Anyway, that's what they say on the
Well,
street.
yeah, yeah.
And there's so many things they say about that.
Yeah.
So, well, I appreciate your time,
Well,
and we
thank
look
you.
forward to chatting with you a bit later on today.
Okay, thank you so much, guys.
Thank you. All right. So we're going to wrap up in here, get cleaned up. They got a little bit of a celebration starting at 10, so we're going to finish in here, and we will...
Hello, and welcome back. Here we are at our Airbnb.
In
The
Wakita.
only Airbnb.
In Wakita, Oklahoma.
Whenever we do finally start getting reviews of this podcast, it's going to be mostly complaints that we talk over each other.
Yes. Hey, we do
You used
have
to
a new-
blame it on the fact that you were in 2 different towns.
Now we have a new
Yeah.
guest. We have the beautiful
Talented.
Liz Cook joining us.
Fucking A, man.
And
She's our
she
like when they had 7 of 9 join the cast of Star Trek Voyager.
Friendship.
For ratings.
Friendship again.
our ratings just went up.
It's a ratings stunt.
It's not a ratings stunt.
Just a filler.
It's not a filler either.
Because we get lots of complaints that we don't see movies from a feminine perspective.
Yeah. Well, none of us have a vagina, so we can't really do that.
Anymore.
And none of us are trans either, so...
Anymore.
Anymore?
I mean, I guess you could go back if you
Went
never really
backward,
did a full
and then back again.
reassignment. But
Back and forth?
that just seems kind of rude.
Snip, snap, snip, snap.
That would be assuming that someone doesn't know what they want and what's best for themselves.
Who does? Who knows what they
Well,
want?
there's definitely situations
Plenty of
like that.
people.
For example, Buffalo Bill. Buffalo Bill, as
went back
even
and forth.
identified in Silence of the Lambs, is not an actual transgendered person.
Just a cross.
Thinks he is,
Thinks he's a.
but he's not.
Mm.
It's interesting.
Fascinating.
Fascinating, yes.
So we spent
What
the
does this
day
have to do with Twister?
in Wakita.
No.
We saw many adventurous things. You may have seen us in the museum earlier.
We are now on
museum.
Yeah, the museum!
It's down the road that way. And that way.
Yeah, that's why I went all the way there.
Yeah, exactly. If you
We
didn't
are-
see Alex Arms,
We are 48 hours into our stay in
Yeah.
Wakita.
This is our third night.
a 3-night tour.
We will be leaving in about 12
For
hours.
you Gilligan's Islands fans out there in Fantasyland.
Gilligan.
We got a little bit of rain
Gilligan's
today,
Island.
but we did not get
I'd
any
rather
tornadoes.
prefer Gillian Anderson's Island. That should be a movie.
Ooh,
to watch.
fuck! I would eat that island's asshole. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good idea. Hey, if you're looking to produce a new movie, it's called Gillian Anderson's Island.
When our eyes get bright like that, that means we've crossed the line.
That's
Yeah.
That's the
It
look of
means I
fear.
have no comment.
That's our new barometer for
That's the look
No
of fear.
comment.
appropriateness.
Always whine about their best.
The turkey base.
Winners go home and fuck the prom.
Winners go home and fuck the prom
there it is.
queen.
This is a snakeskin jacket.
So, hey, we're in Wakita right now. We actually just finished up talking with Linda, who owns the Twister Museum. We watched some of the local news coverage of the event today, and she was interviewed on the news. And then
She has run it for 25 years.
She was kind enough to stop by and tell us that she knew we were here in town, and wanted to see if we wanted to come watch it with her. So
Yes.
we took up that offer.
Very wonderful.
And she had lots
Lovely
of
lady.
insights. Lots of
Gracious host, very kind, insightful, proud of what she does, proud of
Yes.
her town. So there's more
That
where
was
that
great.
came from
Yes,
later.
we're gonna have some of that for you guys later.
I don't like staring into this rain,
You don't have to stare into it.
but it's good to make eye
You just
contact.
have to eat it.
You got to make eye
Yeah.
contact
Don't
with your
just
audience.
stare at it. Eat it.
So
Yes, we're all drinking here too. I got a bottle of wine, sangria.
We got some champagne.
I've got some organic Michelob Ultra organic seltzer.
How does that
because-
taste?
And I am drinking Travis Scott's seltzer, so I don't know
And
if I
at
really
least
want to go on the
50%
record
of
for
us have
that,
bad
so.
heartburn.
A bottle of 360 vodka's gone. So.
I'm drinking this sangria, and
And for me, it's a symbol of my individuality and my belief
Turn the label.
in personal freedom.
But we did get some cool shit down here. So
oh yeah,
Are we ready to
let's
begin show and tell?
Start off show and tell.
if you can see that Alec and I are sexier than ever, it's mostly because of the fucking Dorothy on these shirts that we're wearing. We picked these up at the museum
I got a
itself.
picture with the truck.
Twister!
Got the water
Rip
tower
to my man Bill Paxton.
and the truck with.
More
You'll
to
find
come
out
later.
You'll find out soon, baby.
Yeah, pour one out for my man Philip.
Oh, and there's a cow.
And I have got Aunt Meg's house.
I've got that shirt here also in
A teal.
Shout out to Teal if you're watching or listening.
And I got a picture of the entire crew.
That's the cast, Dick knows. That's not the crew.
I got a picture of the
entire crew.
I think he means
The crew in the movie, you fucking idiot.
I think that was more offensive to people with mental issues than it was Nick.
Doesn't he have mental issues?
No.
Fuck it.
Oh.
Signed by Sean Whalen and what's her name?
Wendell
I can never remember her name.
It's Wendell.
Wendell Joseph.
Wendell.
She was lovely.
Yes, we liked her.
She
She's
told us
awesome.
great stories about ketchup packets.
Oh, Jesus! Oh, God! Oh, Jesus! God!
She had stories that I could relate to
And some fridge
based
magnets.
on this trip with you all.
So it's
Like what?
Well, you can replay.
Like a lot of dick jokes.
Yeah, Wendell.
tick, tick, tick,
told
tick,
Liz
tick,
and I
tick.
about.
A girl
We
having
only-
to put up with a bunch of guys and a lot of dick jokes.
And
What did you say to her?
I appreciate it because I'm dealing with the same situation right now.
what situation exactly?
You're a real trooper.
I didn't get that personal.
You
I
said-
didn't mention.
He said something about ketchup. I don't know.
Yeah, I didn't go there. A conversation with her did not happen.
Justin, what did you purchase?
Oh, I brought my Laserdisc version of the movie Twister.
There's a movie on there.
Up higher, up.
Oh, you don't have a button for that?
It's a silver record. So I had this signed by the Flashback Mom
Wendell
and Sean Whalen
and Gwendol.
and Wendell.
Wendell.
And can you believe what she wrote on here?
It was great.
It's
did
the
she write?
safest orifice. And seeing as we make lots of inappropriate jokes about the exploration of people's gentle tales.
Struck by lightning in the asshole for fun. Just giving you little teases of the
Yeah.
Twister song that
There
you'll be
may
also
or may
seeing
not
this
be
week.
the most inappropriate music video coming ever.
Oh,
ever.
it rules. That's all I'll say about it for now.
We also got some of this wood.
I have literally showed off nothing, and you're fucking over here just
Here's
going off like you
all
own
of
this
my
fucking
things.
I thought this
podcast. Are
was
you a frog brother?
I thought this was part of Justin's thing.
No, I'm waiting for Alex's turn here. We're showing autographs.
Well,
Dick
you
knows.
hammered it, so.
I didn't
But
hammer that piece.
I
We
found
got
us
this
the
autograph.
location and told us about it.
Thank you, YouTube.
Yes, exactly. Thanks for that guy that kept saying, folks. Like, I need to show you that video because, holy shit, he says
The
folks
sign up
like
front should
400
have said
times.
that the park's closed.
We need to say folks a lot in this podcast.
So,
Folks?
this is funny because I also have my Twister VHS signed by Sean Whalen, who wrote, to Alec, comma, look at that sky, which is not the line he says in the movie, but I'm okay. It's all right.
It's been 25 years.
Yeah.
It's hard to remember lines you said 25 years ago.
Wendell wrote to Alec all the best, and I was like, all right, sure, whatever. I didn't have time to ask her to write something specific. She just kind of wrote on there, and I was like, that's fine, that's cool. I don't really care that much. So, and then also obviously got April Warren, who you will see we interviewed previously in the last segment. So that was pretty cool.
If you're watching this, you've already seen it.
Yes.
Liz, would you like to show us the delightful treat you found? Pick it up. Demonstrate.
Show the camera.
So,
Click the button.
We got to blur out the Pepsi.
no.
There.
Do you guys really have to do that?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. The little sensors that would go into Dorothy.
You see, these
Little
all go up into the
replicas.
cloud. And they radio back information about wind speeds, velocities. We'll learn more about tornadoes
Speed
in the
and
next
velocity.
30
Wow.
seconds than we have in the last 50 years. Whatever he says. Something like
Yeah.
that.
Don't
Pretty
they-
similar
Along
to that.
those
Don't they
lines.
already have early warning?
No, they're not good enough. I was trying to
They're
say
really
both
cool.
Joe and Bill's lines.
10 minutes tops.
Man, my back's hurting from carrying all the right quotes on my back by myself.
You were just choking through the quotes yourself there.
It was actually
Or
really
like, or
cute.
whatever she said.
The girl in line when we were waiting to get pictures and autographs.
Hondographs.
It was
she's
a Kodak
like 10
moment.
Years,
We were in line to get skin
10 years
grafts.
younger than me, and I'm 33. So she was 19.
She's 23.
Thanks. She
So what
was
else
about
did you
to
learn
turn
from
19.
stalking her?
She cried. Her eyes welled up when she
I
saw
saw.
one of these in a box, and it was neat to see how full effect.
Her brother
this
went and
movie
got her
is.
one,
Yes.
apparently.
It was pretty sweet.
This is what happens when you eavesdrop to strangers in public, which just happens naturally. Everybody does it. You do it,
Yeah,
you sick fuck.
don't
Stop
lie
doing
about it.
You dirty fucking cuck.
And most importantly, what
Or-
did not happen was Alec did not present a dick in the box.
Or when you're in a small town and nobody is doing social distancing and you're all crammed together,
True.
you just totally hear everything.
But,
So,
you know,
the-
3 out of 4 people here are fully vaccinated. Nixon, Republican. But
I'm getting it Monday.
That's what he says now.
Right.
Now that he feels bad.
I can show the appointment.
That doesn't mean you'll go to the appointment.
You will suck.
So I also got some other random small things here that are hilarious. The Twister Museum Coloring and Games for Children book, which literally is just some random shit. And I'm pretty sure they were able to customize it with the Twister Museum on there.
They just
But-
printed the logo on.
But
Thoughtful.
that's
Nice.
cool, and I like it.
Great
Just having
handout.
something else that has Twister on it, because there's not enough shit out there that says Twister on it, because there wasn't a lot of merchandise for this movie. Even though it's the second highest grossing film in 1996, and you'd expect there to be a lot more merchandise than there was released. But hey, fuck me, right?
Yeah, I still want Matchbox to release a line of cars in remote-controlled twisters that chase the cars.
They have envelopes up there, right? And these were
From the local post
from the
office.
local post office
25,
and used
26 years ago.
basically in the production. They're 26 years ago. As you can see, they're dated June 5th, 1995.
Very little yellow.
You can notice the authenticity of it by the 32-cent stamp. There are people out there that would be like, what is a 32-cent stamp, might I?
Was that the price in 1995?
It was.
Better yet, 1994. I also picked up, you won't be able to see it, but a Twister Museum, just a business card.
Business card.
They were handing out these fact sheets, which
We have
you know,
yet to fact check.
We could talk about some of these in a minute, so maybe I'll leave that out. That'll be some fun shit to
That'd
go
be
over.
fun.
Is that the 6th degree?
Yeah, there's one of those on there. Some postcards, some Wakita postcards they had for sale up there. Those are pretty dope. They were 50 cents. I actually should have just bought more.
I wish I would have
Should've
too.
bought all
I
of
only
them.
got 2.
Yeah. I think that's all I bought up there today.
That's pretty much it. Like, we all bought duplicates. We all pretty much bought what everyone else bought.
Yeah.
That's how we roll around here. We don't want anyone to have something that someone else doesn't have because we don't want any kind of resentment or hatred.
Now you
or
can talk about that
theft.
wood, though.
Yeah.
We have a film locations tour coming where we visited a couple sites in Iowa, a couple
Put that
sites
one down,
in
Nick. Quit trying to
Oklahoma.
show things off.
Show the scraps.
I myself personally took a hammer and removed these from the earth to take home forever.
We
There's
own
more
part of the
pieces.
bridge from Twister that Joe and Bill. Who the fuck is Jack?
Love to know.
Jack Daniels?
May or may not have been on private property, but that's.
I didn't see anything
It
private about
definitely
it.
wasn't.
Besides,
else we wouldn't have done it.
Somebody possibly peeing on the side of the road.
I like to live dangerously.
That barbed wire fence was.
No, it was in line with the barbed wire fence. So part of it was in front, part of it was behind.
We only took the part on our side of the.
Yeah, I only took the part that was public property. I was trying to make the road a safer place to travel.
Okay.
So yeah,
You actually.
there are actually pieces of the bridge
Penetrated
that
the
was
fence
constructed
to
for the
go
movie.
after
But
his
we'll cover that in some of the
sunvisor.
film location tours, but we did get some of it.
It was a very windy day.
It was windy. That's in that scene too.
Exactly.
She didn't even realize it though. I had to point it out to her.
So that was pretty awesome seeing that. And then we went down the deep river. For all
But
you
we didn't
vacation
get in the
fans
river.
out there. No, and actually it wasn't a river. It was just a lake. Caw Lake, I believe is what it's called.
Yes. In Caw County.
Which is where they see the flying cows.
We got cows.
I gotta go. We got
Well, I
cows.
think it was the same cow.
It went by twice. It was the same cow.
So just a cow.
Actually, I think that was the same one.
But that was her. That's what she said.
That is what she said.
She didn't only marry my penis.
This is true.
I would let Jamie Gertz marry my penis.
Can I have some more sangria?
It's fair. I mean,
Holy
I don't know. Do
cow,
you have anything
Nick.
else to drink?
What?
Because I don't have a lot left, man.
Just a little bit.
I literally have none left, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go drink some
It's
free
like
beer
down
out of the
here.
fridge. It's an Airbnb, and the last people that stayed here have left
I
things
don't need
behind.
to drink anymore anyway. I won't be able to sleep with the heartburn.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
I want you to be up all night.
I got some not milk in there that might help.
I got some semen is another kind of milk.
Nick likes to drink. Straight from the
Starbucks
spigot.
puts semen in
Well,
the drinks.
I would, but
'Cause
Alec,
it's delicious.
Alec hasn't been coming to bed this weekend. So.
Yeah.
Alec and Nick have not slept together, despite Nick's.
We're fighting.
He's chosen to sleep on the couch. The two.
We're arguing.
The
We're
love
in an
seat.
argument, and I'm just not having it.
He's 6 feet.
And
he's
most
on a-
importantly, Nick didn't bring any nice lingerie.
When Nick acts like a dick, I don't let him have any of this back pussy. None. And there's going to be an internet conspiracy now about us fucking. So as long as you're okay with that, I am.
I hope none of the nice town folk are listening to this.
If you are, they've probably already shut it off. I was gonna say.
I was going to say, they've already given up by now.
Well, the first section when we were in the museum was pretty G.
Well, yeah, we were being respectful of the people and the property we were in.
Yes.
Now
Then they get to this part.
Now we're alone, and we don't
I think
have
we're
any.
alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
And this is real wood.
It's been in Nick's butt already. That's why it smells bad.
I
And
was
in
gonna
his
bite it.
mouth.
And
Did you accidentally lick it?
It went
looks
in
like
his
it.
mouth.
I went to bite it.
It went in.
That's not the only thing that's going in his
so we can
mouth
prove
tonight.
it's not chocolate bark or something.
I
chocolate
don't think
bark?
anybody was questioning this.
Oh my god!
You don't know what that is?
Do we know what that is? Do you know what chocolate bark is?
Yeah, they sold it at Target.
So, you guys ever been to blacked.com?
Blacked?
Yeah,
Blacked.
Nick's a bottom on there,
Well, sweet.
but he's in the top performers.
I should have filmed some OnlyFans videos in front of the Wakita water tower.
Who's to say you can't tonight?
Well, you made some thrusting motions, so
Money.
you can put that on.
And I'll just do the rap song with my junk out and flapping to the beat.
Which the water tower is partially in somebody's backyard. So hopefully
That's
they're
public
asleep.
property.
No.
Hopefully they're asleep.
All bets are
Go
off.
on the other side of the shed.
Twister anniversary weekend.
Yeah, there were children climbing the water tower, and just reminded me of What's Eating Gilbert Grape.
Yeah.
actually encouraged by their father, who
Go ahead and
specifically said
go
there
ahead
are
and
no
say it.
police in this town.
We confirmed that, actually.
Yes.
As part of our discussion
About
with
20
Linda.
minutes ago. With
Yes.
They had one police officer 25 years ago.
But they straightened it.
We did see the the former volunteer firefighter department.
Yeah, we got to go inside.
And it's been inactive since, 2011 or something?
Yes,
So,
was the last paperwork on the wall.
small towns.
So
no
arson is completely unchecked here.
They got a problem with speeding, though.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God Nick's not driving.
I never saw a gas station either.
There is none. I saw gas pumps.
There is none.
There is not.
I'm pretty sure on the event page somebody posted that there is a gas pump in town. I just don't think we've seen it. I don't know
We saw
where.
gas pumps
Yeah,
on the
but they
side
said
of
working.
the...
Like, the gas pumps, they
there
said take
probably
credit
is
card.
somewhere.
I saw 3 gas pumps that were all disconnected. Hey, but if you're wondering if Ghostbusters Afterlife is actually going to look like it's in rural Oklahoma,
Yeah.
we
The
can
answer is
assure you
yes.
from a slightly more
Tricky
beautiful
filmmakers.
version of some of the places in Canada, yes, the small towns feel very similar. But
Yes.
small towns in most places feel similar.
It's like we're more alike than different with the Canadians.
Same,
Except for
same,
healthcare.
but different.
Yeah, except for healthcare and the
Hey.
Queen.
They put the Queen on their money still.
It's unfortunate.
And it's weird that you put their money in your butt. He's like an ATM over here. People are asking for cash, and Nick kept giving it out. And they're like, we don't take none of them Canadian dollars around here.
That's just rude.
Hey.
Everybody was very nice here.
I'm not saying that. They were
Well,
very
there was
hospitable.
one gentleman who was not nice, but that's fine.
Yeah, there's one guy that tried to call us out on podcasting in the museum earlier. And no harm, no foul, right? But it was funny because
He was talking shit behind our backs, and we didn't fuck him up. So you're welcome, motherfucker, if you're listening.
Or somebody just has control issues.
he
is
does.
what it
He has
really
control
was.
issues because he's like, well, I got to open this museum at 10 o'clock, but these podcasters are in here, and this is at 9:57.
Yeah, somebody gave him that little bit of power, and he was just like fucking tripping and stroking
We were
himself off
putting
to
the
it.
last
He was
of
like,
the
I'm in
equipment
fucking
away at
charge, baby.
9:57.
And I was locking the latches on the case, and I was like, no, we'll be out of here. So then he had to correct himself. He's like, I can open the museum after 10 o'clock if I feel like it. And you know what I say to that?
Should have opened the shit back up. And
I think it's because he was out of breath
salute
from
you.
walking 10 feet. Because he was literally leaning over the counter when you said that, like. Exactly.
Everyone but that guy were wonderful.
Was great.
I'm sure he's not local. He's
Yes, there was lots of except that and the guy with the Jurassic Park Jeep. If if you're driving that guy, you know who you are with your
there's
little.
probably a lot of people with that issue.
They took the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World logo more, I think, and printed off in camouflage.
Mhm.
And I think the person thought they were the Indominus Rex. or
What did
the
that sticker say
Indoraptor.
that was?
These colors don't run.
Yeah.
They reload.
Oh!
Except
But he had
real
license
cool.
plates from Texas.
Which
They didn't
Rick's
seem like no
was a little bit more.
steer.
I
His
didn't realize he
sister
was a
wife.
Texas.
His sister wife sure did have a pretty mouth. And it's weird that he had her tattooed on
Or
his hand.
never invited back
taco
to a
flavored
Kia.
keys.
They listen to this.
Not if they make it this far.
They'll have our faces on the sign on the road.
Wanted, dead or alive.
Right. No, they'll.
But they don't have a police
sell off the
force.
museum's supply of everything just to hire a hitman to kill us all.
True.
That'd make a cool
sniper
movie.
What'd be even better is if I just bought Bill Paxton's pinball machine that's in the museum.
I was about to say, you know, be
and had
a
it
really
delivered
good
to myself.
Twister sequel would be that. We get hunted down for all the horrific, horrendous things we say on the podcast after.
About Small Town Life.
Yeah.
We get hunted by tornadoes.
I love the house on the corner. I think it's delightful.
The most
The one right over
disappointing
there?
thing I learned is that
The one
Aunt
with the
Meg's
dogs.
house in this movie,
Eggs.
Aunt Meg's house in this movie, was actually destroyed for this movie.
Yes, fascinating.
It looked like a dirty butthole. So if you've ever seen Nick's OnlyFans, you realize that the house looked kind of like that. And then they painted it up, and it looked more like me. Then they tore it down, and it
It
looked
looked
like
more
Nick
like
again.
my butt because mine gets tore the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Peace. Anal sex. That's what we're talking about. Our topic today is anal sex.
Our prominent topic today is Alex Butthole.
Yes. You're on the You're on the line, caller. Oh yeah, I was just wondering how many dicks can you fit in there? No.
I thought you were going to answer, and I was like, yes? Fascinating.
We have to.
And this
we're-
is when I
we're
relate
being
to Wendell.
Yeah, we're being extremely crude because We've just been holding it in.
Yeah, all day.
I'm just
no,
like
for like 3.
pretty much. Every time I'm interacting with people, I'm like, fuck shit, fuck. And then we started walking up to Linda's house, and I was like,
And Linda was very kind, mind you, but
She was
she's
great.
like, she's like, we're from the Bible Belt. We got to tell the Hollywood filmmakers to
Tone it down.
To tone it down.
apparently
and be
they
polite.
toned the film down.
That's not what we would have done.
Right.
But that's not what I'm going to do.
I'll drink to that.
Cheers.
I don't get it.
Alan Grant, Jurassic Park, 1993.
Yep, sure do.
You might have noticed our Jurassic Park style logo. I might need to show you Jurassic Park again.
What the hell?
We've watched it.
It's a sound clip.
And you didn't remember any of the lines.
It cut off sooner than I expected.
So what else we got?
What else do we got? I'll tell you what we got. I was about to go into a speech from Donnie Darko that I don't think anyone would recognize. It was a quote.
Are we gonna review the movie?
Yeah, I mean, anyway, as well as you can see in the background, if you're watching this, we do have it on in the background, but it's distorted enough that hopefully most people won't, YouTube copyright shit won't strike us down.
With great vengeance
and furious anger, those attempt to poison and destroy my Twister VHS.
So how many sites from this movie have we visited now? You'll have to see the videos later
We
on.
went to 2 locations in Iowa last
5
month.
cities.
Towns.
Whatever you fucking call them. Villages.
Yes, villages.
Plots of land.
Children of the corn were
And we've been to
present.
3 filming sites in Oklahoma.
4 of them were on fucking roads. So, I mean, one of them was kind of, I guess,
This is a
the one in front of the
town
house.
that has less than 400 people.
Approximately
and some of them-
380 residents in
This
this.
is a
The other
sprawling
2 that we
metropolis.
went to.
Well, what we should
have
do is
even
argue about
less.
semantics, because I think that would be the best use of our time.
Of course.
Semantics.
So, last month when we went up to the movies pop-up, we visited Twister Hill.
Twister Hill.
And we visited the farmhouse
And the
scene
farmhouse.
at the glorious ending of the film.
Ending of the film.
And then we came down to Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Oklahoma, where the wind goes sweeping down the plains. We just kind of drone out because we don't actually know the lyrics for that. We just know the part that's sung in Twister. Sang.
I'm sorry. I was.
Oklahoma is Waukeeta, of course, and
Waukeeta, where the fire tower,
the lake.
fire tower, the
The
water
water
tower.
Aunt Meg's house.
Yeah, there's a bunch of visible places here. Apparently, Jean de Bont has the beautiful sculpture of the Twister scene at Aunt Meg's place. Because I had to ask about that because I wanted to see if
If
we
you're
could-
listening to the audio feed, I'm going to probably attach our little conversation with her to the end of this, so you'll be able to hear that. She talked about a lot of cool stuff in the production about when they were in town.
Including
Steven
the
Spielberg, her
Her
interactions, being an extra.
Exclusive, never before heard information.
The fact that the production offices were located in the museum, stuff like that. It's really cool stuff.
Yes.
And what other
Very nice.
locations today or yesterday did we go to?
Well, we saw Aunt Meg's house here in Waukeeta. I don't know if we already said that.
Yeah.
As well as the main strip there, the downtown area, if you will. The Waukeeta Water Tower, obviously.
The hell's that wind sound?
Good question, Aguada. Let's find out.
Wow.
It's my microphone.
Plug your cable in better.
It's that pacemaker.
Is this the bad microphone?
Could be.
I'm sure it is.
Well,
Yeah,
that,
it must be.
it kind of sounds like we're in a storm. So
It is the bad mic. That's all that is.
There's a storm happening in the background. We'll just bear with that.
She's really talking.
But where did we go outside of Waukeeta?
We went to
Where the site-
Paw City, which is the one where they see the cow.
And the dueling Twisters over there.
Yes.
Sisters.
Over the water?
Over the water.
So that was pretty cool. Very iconic, easily recognizable. And we also went to the scene where they encounter their first tornado, and Joe's truck is tossed into the road, and they hide under the bridge. And that was dope as hell.
And we got bits of it.
There was a snake over there.
Oh.
Liz Pete on the side of the road. What else happened?
I cannot confirm nor deny that I may or may not have taken wood from the leftover ties that were.
And you're an
used to
expert
make
in
the
taking
bridge.
wood.
Am I?
Yeah.
I usually don't remember. It's chloroform, I think, is what
Oh,
they
you
say
got to
that
get
is.
blackout drunk before you take wood. Don't ask me how I know this.
Why did you take me to church?
Oh, yeah, I took you to church, all right.
You dress like a Catholic priest?
Exactly. I am the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. Open your pants.
The Holy Spirit.
We got a Catholic over here.
No.
Former Catholic. Recovering
Very
Catholic.
former.
Recovering
I'm half
Catholic.
Catholic.
Hello, my name is Liz, and I'm an
okay,
atheist.
then the
We-
butt
we
stuff's
all are.
definitely open then. Because Catholic girls are dirty whores.
She said she's not Catholic anymore.
What I'm saying, they become dirty whores and they stay dirty whores because they're so so oppressed.
Wow, Alec.
That it's just like
Wow.
wrong. I'm saying that in a good way.
Yeah.
We like sluts. I may have said the word whore, and it may sound derogatory to some people, but sluts rule. Being a slut is awesome.
Alec is a slut.
Sluts
Dirty
rule
whore.
everything around.
Sluts
dollar
rules
bills.
everything around me.
You're not going to be best man now.
Best man where? Have you? How many
At my
times-
wedding. At my wedding.
I was about to say, how many times have you heard both of the people say they're not getting married ever again?
I know.
You don't know.
If they were going to, you would no longer be the best man.
That's fine.
He doesn't know
Anyhow,
shit.
moving on.
You'd be a fun best man with a
Right
microphone,
along.
though.
Guys, so we're going to do a poll here. If you guys like anal sex, dial 6.
Is that Kermit the Frog?
Yes.
Kermit the Frog here. And Fozzie Bear would like to know how many times you'd stick your finger in Nick's butt.
Don't
Waka waka waka!
Don't do the impression too good.
Why?
Kermit the
Might get
Frog
flagged.
here.
And you might upset the sheep.
Oh, speaking of which, Nick has disappeared at night and there's sheep
No.
down the street, and we figured out where he's going.
We've already established that
Two
Alec,
lots over.
that Alec is the one not coming to bed at night.
Approximately 20
That's because I'm watching
sheep.
TV.
That's
and
he's
you're-
trying to protect the door. Nick says he sleepwalks and happens to disappear.
He's by
towards
the
sheep.
door.
He's just trying to frame me. When in fact, anytime one of those sheeps
wanna
farts,
smell
it
my dick?
sprays out.
Do you wanna
like
smell
a
my
hose of
dick?
His cum.
I think we've crossed a few lines that we've never made for on this show.
Do you want to smell my dick?
Do you want to smell my dick?
And that's including that one right there.
Shit-eating son of a bitch! Bastard! Douchebag! Twat!
Well,
Alrighty then.
Oh yeah, we still got to review the movie.
Do we?
Do we like this
What
movie?
movie?
Twister.
Debbie Does Dallas?
now we'll do
Twister, 1989.
Twista.
Ripped to my man, Bill Paxton.
We'll do a commentary now that we've seen these places and interviewed these people, and we'll have that on our Patreon when that launches. So look forward to a future date and time when we review this movie through commentary.
TBD 2021.
But I think that's going to wind us up for tonight because we're assholes. We don't have anything else relevant to say, and
Smoke weed every day.
well, that is relevant because they have medical marijuana here, even in these small ass counties. How many dispensaries did we drive by? 3 yesterday.
3 maybe, yeah.
Fucking A, man.
They ain't fucking around down here.
Mm-hmm.
That one was in the middle of nowhere. At least one of them. I didn't see the
Drove
other.
Consider
in the middle of a fucking
all of
dispensary.
it.
Well, I didn't see the
Nowhere.
other.
Nowhere.
I didn't see the other two, so that's why.
With a car that isn't fucking there.
Let's see. Anything
Great
else?
movie.
Yeah,
Nope.
I mean,
Nice
I'm out.
town.
I'm gonna drink my last drink, and we're gonna
Go for a walk.
call it a day for this.
Did you?
all right.
finish your
Well,
sangria?
look forward. If you're listening to this on the audio feed, you will be hearing the interview we did with Linda. If you are listening or watching on the other feed,
On the YouTube feed, you may see a video of the cows repetitively flying around during the Linda interview.
yeah, there might be something else you're gonna look at.
You're gonna like the way it looks. I guarantee it.
And there's also going to be a music video for a brand new song we recorded,
The
as
hottest
well as
fucking song since 1996.
Oh yeah, when we drop this
Alex
shit,
is
it's
about
over.
to drop a
Track's
hot,
great.
Billie
hot
Eilish, "Eat My Ass Out." That's what I'm going to start
She's
saying.
gonna want to
instead of
after she
"Eat My
hears
Heart,"
this song.
"Eat Your Heart Out."
I think she can legally do that now too.
I mean, I'm not saying that because I'm sexualizing Billie Eilish or anything here. I was just saying eat your heart
No,
out,
you
but
just-
it's in a comical way.
Replacing the eat your heart with the butthole.
You're soliciting her to eat.
That's
your
what all
ass.
the young people do these days, Nick. Don't you know?
What? Eat ass?
Yeah.
Eat ass, smoke grass.
With jelly or syrup?
Wait a minute.
I prefer syrup.
Say that in the Bible?
It does.
But this interview with Linda is actually very informative and interesting.
Way more informative than anything
So
we've said tonight.
Please listen.
Son of a bitch.
Because she's spent.
So is Nick.
25.
She's spent a third of her life running that museum. So.
And
Nick has made a
worked
lot
her
of
ass off
inappropriate
today.
comments about.
No, these two.
I'll just leave it at that. Good night, everybody.
They know who did it.
You know how they made the movie Mud? It's that spray foam insulation stuff.
Oh, really?
And they did it so that it would never change from scene to scene, you know?
Okay. It'd
Yeah.
stay the same.
So, yeah. I had, not this Jeep, but I had one of the other Jeeps in the museum for the first couple of years. Because that's what Warner Brothers said we'd have visitors, was for a couple of years. And then they sold it to the Stars Cars Museum in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Oh,
Which,
okay.
it may get more visitors there, yes, than here.
I was about to say, I think I've had a friend who stopped by there. They have a lot of interesting stuff at that car museum there.
Yeah. But, you know, it's been 25 and I still get daily visitors in the
Gatlinburg.
summertime. So I average
Tennessee,
a couple thousand
near-
a year, which is not that great for Hollywood. But for Waukeeta, who has no visitors before movie, a couple thousand a year, that's 50,000 in 25 years. I mean, that's...
Yeah, that's a lot of
That's a lot
revenue
of
coming to the
visitors.
town, yeah.
And on the big anniversaries, you get to see a crowd like this.
I started doing it every 5 years. Like at the 10th, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I did have pretty good crowds. But the Storm Chasers loved it so much, they started coming back every year, whether I had a party or not.
Yeah.
Because our town does like a homecoming.
Yeah, that's usually in September, I think
In
we read about
September,
that.
we do a homecoming. And so that's when I said, you know, come then, because there's
All
lots
it
of
all
things
into one.
planned.
Mm-hmm.
Get it
That
all
makes
over
sense,
with
yeah.
at once. And that's technically when we started the museum, was in September after they left in August, because we knew we were having this homecoming and everybody was going to ask what went on. So we just had that little front part. We opened it up first. And the window and the doors all came out of a set, you know, so we had that to put up. And we sold bricks that we recycled from buildings that we tore down, stuff like that. So technically it's been 25 and a half years for the museum and 25 years for the movie. But, you know, so...
Well, but Wendell, when we were speaking to her, she kept speaking in terms of 26 years because that's like the last time I'm sure she's been here and was here for the film. So
yeah, they were here a month and a half. The Stars were filming.
Wow.
Yeah, they were all over down here, yeah.
Yeah, so everybody in town got to have a Star sighting.
Yeah.
You know, we could stand across the street and watch everything going on all the time. And I don't know if you got to see any of the video I had going up front, but that was kind of behind the scenes. It's about an hour long. It's 3 different people's videos that they took. So we show Bill's house, or Aunt Meg's house being torn down, and different things. Some of all the Jeeps and vehicles and stuff. But yeah, so they were here long enough. We got lots of pictures.
Yeah.
Lots of pictures. And, you know, I wasn't going to bug him for an autograph. I mean, you know, I was already 50 years old. I didn't care for these young kids' autographs. It was like, okay. But Paxton was so fun. I mean...
I saw a bunch of letters that he had sent to you.
Yeah, he kept
in your
touch.
cases. Yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah, he always seemed like a really cool guy, so.
Yeah, really nice guy. And I was sitting downtown with a couple of other ladies watching them tear down a building. You know, there was park benches like you see.
Yeah.
And Paxton and another guy come walking up, and he goes, "Do you ladies want pictures?" And of course we said yes. So he took all 3 of our cameras, handed it to the guy with him, had him take 3 sets of pictures with Bill Lady's arms around us, you know.
That's great.
And then he went on to the grocery store and got his Dr. Pepper or something. Well, we don't have a movie theater in our county, so we weren't really familiar with all these stars, right?
Sure.
Okay, so later on we find out the guy taking our pictures was the one that got hit in the head with the hubcap.
Oh,
so we could have had 2 pictures and we didn't even know it, you know.
Yeah.
But,
You still have the picture?
whatever. I still have the picture.
That's awesome.
And then I actually got to go to the Oklahoma City premiere of the movie. That was pretty neat too. We were so redneck, we were cheering when our water tower came up, you know. Hey,
That's us.
That's us.
Well,
there
we
were- there was-
just rewatched it and kind of did. We saw that and we saw that.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
There were some places used for filming that got totally cut, you know.
Mhm.
So
Oh, yeah.
you never know
Yeah.
What's
till
gonna
it
make
comes
it?
out. And they actually gave us a whole weekend to go through the debris and pick up anything we wanted for the museum. But it was debris, you know. I mean, we had the whole front debris, so, but who knew what to pick up because we didn't know what was going to be in the movie.
Yeah.
So pretty much everybody in town got to be extras if they wanted to. They paid us a little bit. And we got to be a little bit closer to the stars than just across the street, you know. I mean, that was close enough for me. But the fun part was the 4 Stars Hollywood catering.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, this was Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
He fed his people well.
Oh.
You know, so after the first day, I said, I think I want to sign up for a couple
Yeah,
more days.
I'll sign up for that,
You
yeah.
know, this is nice.
Are you in the movie?
Yes and no. The scene on the television set when they're eating at Aunt Mag's, the bad guys, that was filmed here in town. Everybody in the background of that were Waukeeta extras, and I would be the Aqua Dot.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, I'm a star. I signed autographs as extras, you know.
Sure.
I was an extra several days just because it didn't make the movie. Doesn't mean anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you watch it in the movie theater, it's a little bit easier to see than just on a small television set, you know. But yeah, the Aqua Dot, I kind of figure I'm bending over picking up debris, so it may be my butt in the air, I don't know, but
You're there.
I'm there. That was kind of a fun scene to film because they got us out there the first day and said, pretend like you're picking up debris. Well, we were in this huge yard where they'd torn down a house, but there was nothing there but a few boards and, you know, some stuff, and it's like, what do we want to pick up here? But we all did our thing. They had a smudge pot going and stuff. And they sent the film back to Hollywood every night to review, and then they call them back and tell them, you know, okay, move on to this thing. And so they didn't like that. So they called us all back, all the same people back the next day. And every one of us took something to throw down to pick up, you know. So there was toys and clothes and all kinds of good stuff by the second time. And one time, when they wanted it refilmed, they had filmed on Aunt Meg's street all these beautiful trees, you know. And then they took their chainsaw and was cutting them up. Well, it came back the next day. They wanted that filmed over. Uh-oh. They were nailing tree branches back on the tree. So it was fun to watch. I mean, you know, and who knew? I mean, I had a day job. I couldn't sit and watch all day long. But, you know, what part we got to see. And, of course, I have watched that behind-the-scenes video every day for 25 years, you know. So I don't know what I really saw and what I saw on the video.
It all blends together.
You know, it all blends together. You know, was I there that night? I think I was. And they had a helicopter that they were dropping in and rescuing people that didn't make the movie at all. But I mean, it was phenomenal.
Is that the picture in the museum in front of the water tower?
Yeah. I mean, they had a helicopter filming, but they had a helicopter rescuing people as well that didn't, none of it made the movie. But this is a Vietnam veteran pilot, and I mean, he could set that helicopter down in a big pile of debris and just, you know, I mean, he was a phenomenal pilot, amazing, and I don't know why it didn't make the movie. I was watching with Debbie, my friend, they had smudge pots going, so the smoke was floating across the sky, and that helicopter would burst through that smoke and sit down, and it was amazing. Gave you cold chills just watching it, and it didn't end up in the movie. But you know, they were here a month and a half filming for about 15 minutes of the movie, you know, from Waukeeta, and so there was a lot of stuff that didn't make the movie.
Yeah.
But we were excited that we got to see it all. It gives you a whole new perspective of why movies cost so much, and you know, why it takes so long, and things like that. But they learned a few things about Oklahoma too while they were here. While the construction crew was here, a funnel cloud passed overhead. I mean, it really, they were upset. And we said, we have a big basement under our church, just come down with us. It's up above, you know, you'll be fine. They got in their bus, they drove back to their hotel room in Enid, and passed right underneath it. Now, why
risk that?
I mean, it was like, okay, we're filming, you know, a tornado hitting Waukeeta, and it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, we're getting out of town, that kind of thing. But anyway, who knows? But yeah, construction crew was here 2 months building all the sets. The stars were here a month and a half, and cleanup took another month and almost a half. I mean, we were 5 blocks of debris. It was like a real, And once the debris was down, they limited access to the town. So we had the little decals on our car windows that said Waukeeta resident, Twister, you know. We would drive around Enid going, look at our car, you know. But, And since then, we've had a couple more parts of other movies filmed in town. And they also use Enid and Ponca City and Pond Creek and other little towns around here as well, anytime they wanted. I mean, we've had a dozen movies filmed in Oklahoma in the last year, so it's getting to be pretty popular. But ours is just the best one so far. But Leonardo DiCaprio and Matt Damon have been here in the last year filming movies. So
interesting.
Stillwater was the name of one of them, and I think the other one is Killers of the Flower Moon. So I think Stillwater just has a trailer out right now, and they're still filming Killers of the Flower Moon.
The new Ghostbusters movie takes place in Oklahoma, but they filmed it in Canada.
Figures,
Yeah.
So it would have been really nice if they
Tax breaks or something.
Did you see there was a Ghostbuster truck here?
Yeah. Oh, he's got a Ghostbusters car. Yeah.
Oh, you have one too. Okay,
I didn't bring mine because of the tires.
We all do the outfits and the proton packs and stuff. So
Yeah, if you say 25 years, in 2019 we flew out to LA for the 35th anniversary, so we went out to the Sony Pictures lot.
That's our group.
Saw the Ghostbusters stuff out there.
How neat. Well, you guys are just hitting all the highlights.
Oh, yeah.
We saw when we were in LA. We saw all kinds of movie sites out there, Back to the
I
Future,
bet
all
so,
that stuff.
yeah.
So Meg's house burned down at some point?
No, what you see in the movie of it coming down is it actually being torn down.
They demolished it for the movie.
So they just painted it to tear it down, basically.
They built it up fancy like.
I was about to say, did they do the interiors at a different place?
No.
No?
It was filmed inside as well.
Interesting.
Oh, cool.
I mean, some tiny little shots were refilmed different places.
Sure.
I'm sure. But yeah, they had the
Meg's house interior is the real
thing.
And did you guys put that garden in there as soon as that debris got cleared from that house then? So that's been there.
That's a cute little
nice.
garden. We did a late night walk around.
Oh, okay.
Which we might do again just since we're leaving town, but went and sat on the bench that's there and just listened to the wind chimes.
Yeah, I like the wind chimes there. It's
the
great.
Wind chimes make it
The wind
there,
chimes and everything spinning over there, yeah, it was perfect.
Yeah.
It was good. What happened to that sculpture that they used in the movie over there?
That
You know who
really,
has
The
that?
really pretty one is in the director's backyard.
Of course.
We got to keep it.
Oh,
we
yeah.
begged. Let me tell you, we begged. But
Okay.
all in all, we figured that our kids would kill themselves on them anyway.
Oh, yeah, trying to climb
so we
it.
were probably better off without them. And why make a replica?
Yeah.
I mean, I know these guys with the vehicles love it, but I mean, we could have got a TV antenna and made a thing, but they cost about $10,000 when they brought them, so they were pretty
we
high
guessed
dollar.
right around 10,000.
Yeah, to do all that welding and all the.
Yeah,
that'd be,
it was made by a Chicago area artist, and so of course that's more expensive than if it'd been a local around here. But yeah, as far as we know, they're probably in a warehouse in Hollywood somewhere. Other than we know the pretty one is in the director's
big
backyard.
tornado one with all the spindles, yeah.
Yeah, that would have been pretty, but you know, whatever.
Well, it's sure been a pleasure. Thank you.
Well, you're welcome.
Maybe we'll see you again for
the 30th.
The 30th.
Yeah, the 30th. I do have 2 or 3 people that want to help me keep it open so I don't have to work all the time.
I think
because
Yeah, I think I saw there's a younger couple there that was there helping take photos of Sean. I think.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, we saw them.
They're very nice.
They're really interested in it.
Are they locals too?
They live in Enid, which
Okay.
is 35 miles away. Well, my day job is in Enid, so I drove down there to work, and no reason they can't drive up here to work.
Yeah.
And you know, they're young enough; they know all these, tricks like you guys with the filming and the and the Facebook and all that kind of stuff.
Oh yeah, they could really help you out with that then, for sure.
really
Like,
do- I mean,
you
they
thought
got
this was big. You
Great
can.
ideas, yeah. And so I'll let them. Hey, I've done it long enough, believe me, that I don't mind if I can get them to, do it. But I would hate to really sell out the whole museum. I
Right.
mean, that was, and some people talked about taking it to Ponca City or taking it to Norman or something like that. But they don't have the water tower recognition.
They don't. Yeah, the Aunt Meg's. There's too. It's definitely. It's best here for sure.
The fact that you can walk and you guys have the pictures with the. This is what happened right on this corner. And
Well,
this is
Kita's
what
the only
happened
one that's
here.
mentioned over and over by name in the movie too. So.
That they actually used. There's other towns
Yes.
named, but they didn't use them.
Yep.
Yeah.
And the ones they did use had different names. And we came this close to being called Guthrie. I mean,
Oh, wow.
this close. They were going to paint over the water tower and paint Guthrie on it, but they found out it was going to be like $50,000 to do all that painting, and they were already over budget. So they said, well, this looks nice. It's white.
Yeah.
We'll leave it. So,
yeah.
I mean,
Someone bought the cafe also.
yes, someone bought the cafe. They're supposed to open June 1st. So a couple from Colorado moved to Waukeeta and are going to open a cafe. They've been working on it a little bit. The major problem was retrofitting. They had to come up to all the
building code.
the building codes and things. And
Yeah.
the previous owner was grandfathered for since the movie.
Yeah.
It's had one owner since the movie, but Steven Spielberg I think ate a meal in that cafe.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
He was in town, and the lady that owned it, that ran it, was supposed to do my balloons today, but she called and she was sick, so she couldn't.
Yeah, because I helped carry the balloon
Yeah.
boxes out for
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I had two little ladies that were going to help me with balloons. I mean, older than me little ladies, and both of them ended up sick, so I had to
Ixnay the balloons.
Hello, somebody want to do balloons? Come on. And I did have a few things that we didn't get done just because of the rain and the, logistics of stuff and everything. But all in all, it turned out pretty good.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
Yeah, definitely a good experience, and glad we came down for it.
So did you get to interview Sean then? Or not?
He was a little too busy with his stuff.
Yeah.
But I think we're going to follow up with him later.
Okay,
I think we're gonna try to do one of those the Zoom calls that people are all
video
doing,
calls, yeah.
record those and stuff.
Very good. Neat.
Remotely.
I'm gonna try to get one with Wendell as well because she was great. So
I
Yeah,
think
she
they
was
enjoyed it. It was kind of a
yeah.
shock for them.
yeah.
Yeah.
See how much everyone still loves that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think the people that were with them up on, they kept taking pictures because they were just shocked, I think, by how many people actually showed up.
I
Because
know.
as the line kept getting bigger, I just noticed that their people just kept taking photos.
Yeah.
I wonder if everyone that came met them.
Oh, everyone.
Pretty close. I mean, I don't know.
I'm sure
as long as there was.
didn't want to wait in that line.
I'm sure a lot of people didn't.
Yeah, after waiting in the museum one.
Yeah.
Your line was huge.
It was. And I couldn't really do it much faster. I mean, I could have had 2 lines, I guess, but other than that, since I'm the only one that has run it, I know all the prices and everything, and
Yeah.
to teach new people, it would have been slower than just me doing it. And
Yeah.
How did you end up being the person to run it?
well, our garden club started it, and just the ladies in the garden club have passed away, most of them. And I retired from my day job 10 years ago, so at that point I took it over, and mainly because I own the building
Oh.
and have owned it the whole time. It was the location office for the movie while they were in town, and
Also,
my
that was like
husband
the
and I,
production office.
yeah,
Oh.
we rented it to the movie to use. So when they moved out, it was empty, and we just automatically made it the museum, thinking it was only going to be 2 years. I don't need it for storage for 2 years. I can, the whole back of it was set dressing, and the art department was in there as well, and the location office, and so they did a lot of stuff. Well, both of those tables that have pictures on them were used by the movie. It was their drafting boards, the art department.
Oh,
and
yeah,
the
'cause it does have the
construction
little
crew.
ledges on them.
Yeah. It was the drafting tables, and a lot of the photos, the bigger, nicer photos, Warner Brothers gave us to display, because you'll have visitors for a couple of years. We're going, piece of cake. We can get lots of volunteers in 2 years. After 15, it was like, okay, I guess I'll do it. And
Did Bill Paxton ever come back to visit?
he did not.
So he had the pinball machine.
He
shipped
sent the
here?
pinball machine to us. And the same time he sent us one, he sent one to the Apollo 13 Museum
Oh, okay,
in
yeah.
Huntsville, Alabama. And I'm assuming it was an Apollo
forgot about
13 pinball machine as well. So I figure he collected them. Sega gave them to him for every movie, and Titanic came after Twister, and a couple others probably. His wife probably said 2 in, 2 out.
Yeah, probably.
It's
Yeah.
like,
I have
tabs.
I have a
only
frame.
have this much room.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, when it came, it had pennies in it from when his kids had played it.
Oh, that's
so,
fun.
That's funny.
That's
Yeah.
cute.
But I mean, he hired a moving company that moved antiques. They brought it into the building. They set it up. They made sure it was working. I mean, everything.
That's great.
It was wonderful the way
Yeah.
he paid for it. The whole thing.
I have an advertisement for one that's from like a magazine in the 90s that just displays it and advertises it, and it says Sega and has the whole picture of it and everything. I have it framed in my house.
Arcade?
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, the pinball
nice.
machine, yeah.
It's hanging right inside my door. There's one they did for Independence Day as well. It came out the same year, I have
Okay,
both of them hanging
yeah.
up next to each other.
Yeah, Independence Day was the #1 movie, and Twister was
Number 2. We're
No, to
fans
me,
of both.
Twister was
Yeah.
#1 for that year.
Well, they brought it out because they thought, what was the other one? Training Day? No, the one where the guy rides on top of a train. What year was that?
Was that Wesley Snipes? Was it the?
No. Anyway, they thought.
Oh,
that-
Mission Impossible came
That's
out
it.
that
Oh,
year.
yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Impossible came out that year.
Oh, it did.
That's
Yeah,
the
that
one-
was 96.
That was the
year.
one they thought they were competing against, and then the other one snuck up and
Yeah,
beat
people
them.
thought that movie
So-
was confusing. So probably.
Oh, I didn't ever see it.
I didn't.
We don't have a movie theater in our county.
They're playing that at
Let
Springland
alone-
this weekend too. Mission.
The original. Well, that was based off on the TV series though too. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then the TV series, or then the movies became their own thing. So
yeah. So there's lots of trivia behind all of it. I mean, the 6 degrees of separation. Did I show you one of those sheets
Yeah.
of the
We were doing that watching
Twister
it.
facts?
Oh, I think Alec grabbed one of those.
Yeah, I have one
Grab
for
one
sure.
Of those. All of those are true.
Mm-hmm.
So if you read them, I mean, there's really weird 6 degrees of separation.
We're making
you
some
know.
1 or 2 degree connections ourselves.
Yeah. Well,
It's
yeah. My husband went to the same high school as the production designer of the movie.
oh wow, okay.
Hall High School in Little Rock, Arkansas. Their mascot was the Warriors. The Warriors is the Muskogee mascot on the Dorothy, right?
Oh yes, it is. That's pretty cool.
Waukeeta's mascot is the Warriors.
That's fun.
Okay. And the Hall High School colors are orange and white. Well, the T-shirts they wore were orange and white.
That's fun.
And my husband was mayor when the movie came to town. So
wow.
I got his high school yearbook out, and the production designer signed his high school yearbook.
That's
so
cool.
that was kind of fun, you know. And a gentleman that lived in Aunt Meg's house was actually working on Apollo. I'm not sure Apollo 13, but I mean, he worked in Houston on the Apollo projects, and he used to live in Aunt Meg's house.
Oh, that's fun.
Man.
And we had a producer that produced one of the movies, another movie that Paxton was in that was from Waukeeta. And they're just,
Yeah.
I mean, you had the list,
Mhm.
but it's just one thing after another. There was like 20 on the list maybe or something
Yeah.
like that.
It's always neat to see that our great-grandparents, Alec and I are brothers, and
Oh,
our
okay.
great-grandparents lived in Boone County, which is where Twister Hill is.
Okay,
In Iowa.
yes, in Iowa.
So up there, and
that's Boone County also.
That's Boone County, and so our great grandparents lived up there when that movie was
Boone
filmed,
County,
and so then my grandmother, I talk, I'm like, you guys never told us there was this film site up there. All the times we came to visit you in Boone when you went up there to take care of your parents, we never saw that. So they got a real big kick out of seeing photos of us going up there to look at Twister Hill and being back in Boone where they had a house for a long time.
Yeah.
So it was fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a news article. I think I uncovered it. I sometimes cover them up that if we build it, they will come or something.
Oh,
Field of Dreams?
Field of Dreams.
Yeah.
Baseball field up there, yeah.
Well, they did that with Waukeeta too,
Oh.
you know.
Mhm.
If
For
they
the
build
movie?
it, well, they would
Yeah.
come, you know. So just fun things like that. But yeah,
How is the city? Is it stayed about the same size? I know.
and bigger.
Mhm.
But
Yeah,
you can only put so many on a family farm and
Yeah.
make a living out of it.
But it's
so.
like Iowa when we go up there because both my moms.
Yes.
I was lucky. I had 4 great grandparents growing up as a kid,
Yes.
so we'd go up to a small town in Iowa called Gowrie.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd go up there and they'd drop me off and stay there with my bike. And you could ride your bike across town, kind of like here.
Yeah.
It was-
from one
it's
side of town to the other. And
very
pretty
much
see everything.
has,
And, nobody locks their doors because it's a small town. Everyone knows everyone, so that's kind of what it feels like coming down here into town.
The local restaurant was in the gas station. It was
Yeah.
very, very similar to
To our-
Waukeeta.
To
Yeah.
our Waukeeta Foodland Quick Trip.
Yep.
But yeah, well, while we were growing up, the parents depended upon everybody in town to take care of their kid and teach them right. And,
Yeah.
you can't do that, whop, and they spanked you, and then you got another one
When you got home, yeah.
you
Someone
know?
They called your parents to let them know.
Exactly, and so we grew up pretty straight laced here, and that's when the movie came. They told them, says, this is Bible Belt. You guys will be good when you come here, and they did. They actually toned down some of the movie. I don't know whether that hurt it or not, but they took a lot of the cuss words and things out of it.
Thought about that when we were watching it just now. They say "but" instead of "what it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
I
says
walked
corporate
at that
kiss
book,
butts.
And you had it down in
Yeah.
the museum, the Michael Crichton's first draft, what he wrote
Yeah.
with his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
It's more colorful.
no, it's drastically different, but
Yeah.
It is drastically different.
Lots
a
of
lot
different
the
character
characters
names and
have
stuff.
different
I
Yeah.
mean, is the language.
it's Michael Crichton, so it's fairly subdued, more in line with Jurassic Park, the film script there. And
Yeah.
stuff, so.
But yeah, so it was pretty much low key good while they were here. I mean, there was a few things, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean that happens everywhere.
And Hollywood coming to a small town, I'm sure that
Our-
ruffles some feathers in general.
Our one-man police force said he got an ulcer before it was over.
A lot of stress.
Because I mean, they brought in police from all over the whole state of Oklahoma. I mean, highway patrolmen and
Oh, I bet those guys loved all that overtime to come down here and be part of a Hollywood production too. That's
yes.
good money right there.
And our one-man policeman had to do the scheduling and the, you know, taking care of all of this stuff. And he claimed he got an ulcer from it. We don't even have one now. We've gotten so small that.
These are my dinner guests, the Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests, Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests, the Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests, Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests, the Frog Brothers. Frog Brothers, Frog Brothers. These are my dinner guests.
Shut this off. Shut these all off.